What is up, everybody? How you guys doing? It is your boy Luis. Welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be looking at some creepy, scary, unsettling TikTok. So go ahead and hit that sub button and make sure you guys lock in. Let's jump into the video, guys.
Something called the robo rat. That was the first biohybrid, right? So a biohybrid is when you mix an animal and a machine. People freaked out. They were like, you cannot put brain chips in rats and make them move through a maze by a remote control, which is what they were doing. They now have pigeons that are mixed, animal and machine.
What?
They created something called, there's a moth. So there's a Mandica sexta moth. That's what it's called. It's a large moth. And DARPA scientists put brain chips into the larva, okay? So that when it cocooned and became a flying moth, it had the chip built into its system, making it easier to integrate, and they could fly the moth around the lab. And that was a huge step, and this is now 4 years ago that I was interviewing these scientists. Well, they created something called the...
Yo, guys, that is insane. Seriously, that is just insane. I can't believe that they actually did that. But hey, like, I don't know. I guess that's what they do. I guess that's what they do, guys. I don't know. That's insane. I cannot believe that they started freaking mixing bugs and robots together. That's crazy. Let's go on to the next one.
Right, there's a
Mount Charleston UFO.
There's a UFO. Check it out. Everybody's looking at it right now.
That does look
It
like a
moved
UFO.
really fast and really slow. It's just floating. It was over the mountain. Came down really fast and it's just sitting there. And there's a bunch of people in other buildings looking at it.
What?
It's sitting there for like 10 minutes. First UFO ever.
That is not the first UFO ever, buddy. We got like millions of people that have seen UFOs, but I don't know.
So the world is way bigger than we think?
Exactly. In outer space, that whole idea was made to trap our minds, keep us inside an invisible prison.
How would that even work?
Millennia ago, Richard Constantine, part of the ruling primordium families from lands beyond the ice wall, discovered the continents we now call Earth. 7 massive lands, untouched, empty. But he didn't see them as places to explore. He saw the perfect containment zone, a world to populate, control, dominate for generations.
Containment zones? Like mind control?
Exactly. Richard invented the cosmic paradox, a psychological and geometric trick so massive it warped reality. He convinced everyone the ice wall wasn't a wall, just the bottom of a sphere, and the sky above was everything.
So the universe we see is engineered?
Not fake, just designed. Using celestial engineering, the primordium families made us believe in an infinite universe so no one would look outward toward the real lands beyond. For my safety, this is just for entertainment purpose.
So the world is way bigger than we think?
I mean, the fact that, I always thought about that. Like, what if there was like families or people that just like laid out the foundation for what the future might be, or like for what they want people to believe in the future? Who knows? What if some race literally came here before we all did and said, hey, we can't have the people know the truth. We got to lock them into some straight up bullshit.
All right, so this one's going to seem a little out
Is time itself changing? Who knows? It might be.
out there. Even for me, this one's going to be a little out there. But does it feel like time's moving a little faster? Is it just my imagination, or does it feel like the day goes by in like the snap of a finger? Our parents at 25 look older than your typical 30 or 40 something millennial. And I'll give you some evidence, right? Like, look at J-Lo, for example. She's 56 years old now. The Golden Girls in the late 80s, early 90s, 53, and 55. So,
Oh my Jesus.
just really strange in terms of the way people are aging. Like, people will say, oh, well, our parents' generation just smoked a lot of cigarettes and, you know, whatever. Like, they look like they came out of, like, 17 years of hard labor, you know, like when they were young. And it's not like our generation doesn't party. I had friends that really burned the candle on both ends, and they still don't look old like that. A year now
They do look pretty
versus what a year used to feel like.
They do look pretty old.
And it just, to me, it seems like something's off.
They do look pretty old.
I mean, does anyone else feel this? Is this just my imagination, or
what's going on?
Are other people feeling the same way? This age, when I was growing up, like when you would throw out, you know, mid to late 30s, you would think, oh, grandpa, huh? Like, I don't feel like a grandpa. You know, I just, it feels like something's changing. It feels like our sequence of time might not be what it was before. All right, so
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, those people looked really old. Like, they look super damn old. Like, to be honest, I don't know how old they were. Like, I mean, he said that the Golden Girls were like 55, 54, 55. Like, damn, J-Lo really looks like if she's, I don't know, freaking like, I mean, she's a 55-year-old, but that's really what 55-year-olds look like now. Back then, if you were 55, you were like, you were already done with your life. Right here, it's like, you could do whatever at 55, honestly. I don't know, to be honest, I think it's about the way that we dress. I think it's all about the way we dress, the way we do things. I don't know.
There's a thing called adrenaline. This is the most expensive drug in the world, but where they
Drinking children's blood. Surely this can't be real. Can it? Can it be real?
get this is by torturing kids, because if they put kids under stress, what happens is the pineal gland releases where it goes into the bloodstream. So while they're torturing the kids, they're draining the blood. Where this is for things like the Satanism. Is this happening? Is this real?
It's massive. Satanism is massive. There's a thing called the Rains List, and then when she looked into it, those that were really heavily traumatised.
You should definitely not listen to me, because I'm just a tinfoil hat wearing theorist, if you catch my drift. However, this guy is a former detective of Scotland Yard, and he's saying what? He's mentioning things that are supposed to be just theories and not true. And we have to be very careful in what we say these days. So if you know what this guy's talking about, drop a comment and educate the ones who don't. The world really isn't what you think it is. Guys like these are the ones that have been at the front line and seen it all firsthand for themselves.
There's a thing called
That is insane. I mean, it kind of reminds me of that movie Him, where he's like he's draining his blood at the beginning of the movie, but everybody's like, why is he draining his blood? Well, it's because he's like, you know, getting it when it's at its peak level, the oxygen levels are at its peak. But how he said right here, it's the pineal gland that they're trying to get to release chemicals, and they get it when they're stressed out. That is insane. Satanism is insane. That is horrible, dude.
Apparently, LAPD ain't got the...
Died for celebrating. Wait up, guys. Alright, died for celebrating. LAPD shoot Jeremiah the Doodle while investigating a noise complaint.
Proper training. It's always shoot first and ask questions last. How does somebody celebrating the Knicks championship result in their dog getting shot down by the police? You heard what I just said? A woman was in her condo celebrating the Knicks. Somebody called the cops because they said she was screaming too loud. The cops come, and let me add, the cops came like they was coming for a terroristic threat. At least 10 cops came. And when they came, what happened? They shot this dog. This shit is sad, man. Look at this shit. You had all these cops come for a noise complaint.
This is what we pay for.
Look at this shit.
Amazing work, guys.
Look at this.
Good shit.
All of these cops for a noise complaint.
Seriously? What the fuck?
The question that needs to be asked is, who are training these police?
Wow.
Because in all states, in all places, these police have a problem with drawing their guns and shooting before they ask questions. I know a lot about dogs, and I'm quite sure that this dog wearing a Knicks jersey wasn't a threat. And then y'all come there 90 deep like you coming to get Bin Laden. But I'm guessing that's protocol, right? I'm guessing that's how you come when somebody is celebrating a team winning. Everybody had to be screaming. But you shoot this lady's dog. LAPD. Apparently LA.
That is insane. They literally shot the dog for being a fan, bro. They shot this dog because he was a fan? Man, that's crazy, man. That's uncalled for, bro. That is uncalled for. I cannot believe they did that. But, I don't know. Like you said, who is training these damn police officers?
What's that? Oh, a study was done to figure out if our brains are communicating with our phones and what exactly is going on while we sleep. And the findings are insane. Tell me more! Yeah, this is wild. This study was done to figure out what's going on while we sleep with our phones by our head and if our brains are communicating with the phones and what exactly is happening during that time. So they had people sleep by their phones, and during that time, once they fell asleep, about 15 to 30 minutes in, all of a sudden, the brain starts communicating with the phone, or the phone starts communicating with the brain, and there's an interaction going on. They're picking up the signal of what's happening. So they flip the phone over because it was face down. They flip it over to see what's going on during this communication. It shows downloading in progress. This wasn't an update or anything. This was something completely different. It says downloading in progress. Once the download was complete, it was then showing crazy things like what the person was going to be doing the next day, what they're going to be wearing the next day, how they should be acting the next day. It was basically programming the person of what their day was going to be like the next day. Okay. What's that? Oh, a study was...
So it's basically like planning your day ahead for you? That is crazy. What's up with all... Like, come on, man. I know Elon Musk and freaking Sam Altman really want to push that agenda for integrating humans with robots and everything, but come on, man. Now they're getting into people's minds and shit. That's too much.
What's that? Oh, there's a theory going around right now that when you get diagnosed and you get maybe a prognosis of your situation, it manifests into reality almost as if you're hypnotized. Tell me more! Yeah, this is absolutely wild because the theory going around right now is that when you accept what is given to you when you get diagnosed and you get maybe a prognosis of, hey, you have 6 months to live. That's our best prognosis right now. That's how long you have. Your mind, your subconscious, immediately starts working on making that happen because you've accepted that as your reality now. So now your body, brain, and subconscious mind is going into overdrive and continuously working on manifesting the things that need to happen to make sure that your life ends in the next 6 months because that's what you've now accepted. So the theory is saying it's important to not just accept that for face value and to just work on things that you think is going to help you live a longer life and potentially beat the diagnosis you were given. Okay. What's that? Oh.
So basically, if the doctor goes and tells you, hey, you got 6 months to live, your body and your brain make it so. They basically tell you, hey, the doctor told us we got 6 months to live. Let's give our body some cancer, baby. So I don't know. That's messed up. That is messed up. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
You can't make me believe that
Kobe Bryant's dangerous flight path.
Those family members did not file a lawsuit against either Kobe or the pilot. And
I think that Kobe convinced the pilot to do something dangerous the pilot didn't want to do, but since it's Kobe, and he don't want to, and here's the thing, he probably doesn't want to lose him as a client.
This is an important game, the big game. But before big game, I forgot what game she was playing in that they couldn't miss for him to have to be there. The wife had went earlier because this was a big game. Other people lost their lives and their children as well. You can't make me believe that those family members did not file a lawsuit against either Kobe or the pilot.
Oh, I don't think it's Kobe. I think the actual helicopter company got sued.
I'm sure they deferred it to the pilot because he's the professional.
Yeah.
They can't blame Kobe because he's not. Let me tell you, Kobe was flying because he was known to do that. You can't make me.
So I think that the flight path for Kobe's flight, it was like doing some really dangerous stunt or maneuvers. I'm not sure, but I think he's trying to say that maybe Kobe, told them, hey, it'd be pretty cool if we went way faster than what we're supposed to, just so we can get there in time. And the pilot didn't want to, and I'm assuming that's why they should have sued Kobe. That would be so messed up if he literally put people's lives in danger just to get his own agenda or get his own way.
I realized
She said, "What now?" Arrest her immediately.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the
babies.
I realized we are the first
Did she say babies?
on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution.
Did she say babies?
Aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat,
Did she say babies? She said babies. She said by the babies we eat. And she kind of backtracked a little. By the babies by the babies that eat up, babies we eat. What? Ryan says don't drink something, and says elites eat children.
Babies, guys, babies. They're eating babies, literally.
We just saw some ladies.
And I'm the crazy one.
So they're in with these bankers and former presidents.
Yes.
And some guy brings over something it's an effigy that's supposed to be a body.
Yeah.
And then they drop it on the fire. And they're all worshiping an owl god.
But before I sneak into the grove, what do the locals nearby know?
Right in front of me, we got the hoot owl. You guys know what the owl is?
Well, yeah, that's no.
Oh, no?
No.
No, we're just walking around and talking. I thought you saw it. We can walk away, though. We're just trying to learn what's going on with the owl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't know.
The locals were immediately on guard.
You know anything about the Bohemian Grove?
I worked there before, yeah.
You worked there? Whoa, what did you see?
A lot of things that I cannot talk about.
Actually?
Yeah.
Give us, theoretically, what might you have seen? This.
The babies.
Wow, dude, if the people there are even saying things that I never, that I can't talk about, that is insane. Even the people there, they're hiding something. The people there are hiding something. I know that for sure. They are hiding something, guys. For sure they are. Alright, let's see what else is there. Lucifer wears many different faces.
It's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, listen to me to say. Not the people. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need of inside edition. You gotta get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks inside edition is, oh yeah.
Sad that you won't fly commercial.
Okay, that was scary. That was super scary. I can't believe that guy is a pastor. He's a pastor.
I'm telling y'all, they always hide the truth in plain sight.
Sure is. Make a deal with me, kid. You can have the car and everything that goes along with it.
That's a Freemason sign ring. And, wait a minute, that's obviously the devil.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sad that you won't find.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I love you, Richard Mill. What do you do for a living? It's for Ava Wancho. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Sad that
That is actually crazy because it's like the more you watch it, the more her face turns into a demon. But that is all we got for this week, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe. Remember, this is just Luis IRL. I know we're not really doing things in IRL, but we're talking about the world, and that is IRL. So make sure you guys subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a great week.